Hey, Harold here. Today we will talk about the Sukhoi Pak-FA, or T-50, or SU-57, or Su-57, or whatever the heck they called it these days. More precisely, we will analyze how some article depicting it as a flop and worthless, and find out if it's actually true. Now before you take away the video out of rage, hear me out. Okay, let's begin. The Sukhoi 57 or Su-57 as the Russian designated it is Russia's first fifth-generation fighter aircraft. Most of you nerds probably already know that. But regardless, it is still in its final development phase and has not officially entered service with the Russian armed forces. And yet some people has begun to bash it for no goddamn reason. Like some even claimed it to be quote-unquote already looks like a disappointment, which is for me absurd. Like other channel on this side points out exactly as I quoted. Even though that video just a rip-off from an article made by Business Insider for people who hated reading, link in the description. Anyway, let's analyze the article, shall we? Here the article talks about how the Su-57 has failed to present a seriously viable future for Russian military aviation, but doesn't explain how it has failed. Next it stated that, quote, but what Russia doesn't have is a stealth jet of any kind, end quote. Well, that is where the Su-57 came along, isn't it? Then the article quoted an unnamed senior scientist working on stealth aircraft for the US saying that the Su-57 is a dirty aircraft, and adding that the aircraft has many glaring flaws that would light up radars scanning for the plane. Oh, I see. Care to point out these glaring flaws, Mr. Senior Scientist? Oh, of course, those monkeys engineer working in Russia doesn't know what they're doing. Here's the point. We need to understand stealth technology and how it works before making any allegations. But that is a topic for another video. In short, the Su-57 is as stealthy as the Russian needed to be. Okay, next statement. Additionally, two of the plane's most fearsome weapons, the Kar-35 UEM, a subsonic anti-ship cruise missile, and the nuclear-capable BrahMos-A supersonic cruise missile, can't fit in the internal weapons bay and must hang from the wings, as the diplomat's Franz Stefan Gadi reports. The first statement is just plain bullhorn, cause the Su-57 can carry the Kar-35 missile internally. The Kar-35 and its variant, including the UE version, has a length of 3.8 meters, and the helicopter-use version has a length of 4.4 meters, according to Rosaborin Export, aka the dudes that sells this shits. And the Su-57 has its main weapon base at around 4.6 meters in length. Regarding the BrahMos-A, it is true that the Su-57 can't carry it internally, but considering it is a huge freaking missile which its compact variant that said would equip the Su-57 stands around 5 meters and has a weight around 1,500 kilograms, it is a miracle the Su-57 can carry it in the first place. Plus, the article didn't even mention the Kar-58 Ushak-AE, which is a supersonic anti-radiation missile that has a range over 200 kilometers specifically made to fit inside the Su-57 main weapons bay. Besides, neither the F-22 nor even the F-35 has a weapon that could match the performance of Kar-35 and Kar-58 and fit inside their weapons bay. Except if you count in the glidey bomb thingy the F-35 carries. Yeah. Dat one. Let's continue. Since a stealth plane needs every single angle of the jet to perfectly contour to baffle radars, hanging weapons off the wings absolutely kills stealth. Yes it does, but do these guys realize that the F-22 and F-35 also designed to carry their larger weapon outside, hanging off the wings? Moving on. But stealth is just one of the Su-57's problems. The other is the engine. Unlike US stealth jets that have new engines, the Su-57 currently flies with the same engine that powers Russia's last generation of fighters. Yes, this is correct. But this is also a play on word. Considering the so-called last generation of fighter is the fucking Su-35, its engine is still a damn capable engine, with the added bonus of 3D thrust vectoring and grants the Su-57 the ability to supercruise. Unlike other aircraft. F-35 wink, wink. But this is only temporary, and the engine is planned to be replaced by the more powerful, I can't pronounce that, 30 engine by 2020. Wait. As I reading along, I just realized that the engine report was made by the National Interest. I mean, come on. Do you expect me to believe an analytical report by an outlet named the fucking National Interest? The source article to that even titled, Why Russia's New Su-57 Stealth Fighter Might Be a Giant Waste of Time. In fact, if you guys look up their stuff about Russia, it clearly shows how biasly anti-Russian these guys are. They even goes on about Russia only buying a small number of these fighters. As much as it is painful, let us continue. Though Russian media boasts the Su-57 can be piloted remotely and handle extreme G-forces, the combination of a lack of stealth and a lack of truly modern propulsion has caused critics to say the plane is fifth generation, quote, in name only, unquote. What? Even the F-35 has a lower thrust-to-weight ratio. In fact, it is lower than some previous generation fighter. Plus, it can't supercruise. And no, just dashing 150 miles in supersonic speed does not count as supercruise, you dumb fuck. But that doesn't discount the F-35 from being classified as a 5th generation fighter, somehow. This article shows itself to be nothing more than a feel-good read, and it's made to jerk off the ego out of anti-Russian clubhouse members. Just like how this video is made to jack off the ego of Russian fanboys. Anyways guys, thanks for wasting your life listening to me. And don't forget to be a keyboard warrior on the comment section below.